Hey there, everybody. Welcome to our review of NCIS Season 20, Episode 4. This is the Knight in Shining Palmer Hour. Leave no trace. Like, there's so much fun stuff in here. So many things to be excited about. We're all going to go on a nice spa weekend. Okay, maybe not. Maybe just still.
No, there was a lot of good stuff in here. There was some stuff that I was kind of like, I feel like this is a recycled story that we've seen before. But there was some nice sort of twists and moments where I was just like, okay, this makes it feel like it's its own thing. But this is not a story that we haven't seen before.
I'm Gage. Look at me.
Oh,
Gage,
great.
special
Okay.
agent. Ugh, look at my beard.
This felt like an episode where we just needed to see Brian Deaton's abs. Like, we all know that these abs are there, but like it felt like this was the episode for Brian to flex.
Well, go ahead and, hit that subscribe button if you want to flex your support for us moving forward. We really appreciate it. If you're new to the channel, I am Matt. This is Jess. We are here after every NCIS episode, breaking all these shenanigans down.
Also, it's Matt's birthday coming up, so give him a happy birthday in the comments and follow us over on Instagram, Matt and Jess TV, where we're going to have all kinds of more birthday pictures. We've got some birthday celebration from this weekend over there, so yeah, give us a follow.
So you're saying you're not a fan of Gage Winchester. Okay, Gage Winchester, you are no Sam and Dean Winchester. You do not deserve that last name.
Okay, so this storyline of, there's a new couple and they're just starting to really find their footing in their relationship. And in comes the strapping ex-boyfriend who's, muscles on top of muscles. And he's there to win her back kind of thing. Like I said, we've all seen this before. We've been on this ride before. However, the thing that I found that they did different in this retelling of the same story is that we had Jimmy, who was seemingly unthreatened by, Gage showing up and being as strapping as he was and making his intentions very clear that he's back to get Jess. And I really liked that he was just like, even when McGee and Torres were like, oh, but what about this? And look at this and look at all these pictures I put up. And Jimmy's like, okay, but I got the goods too. Like, I'm a good looking guy as well. I'm well accomplished. I've done all kinds of good stuff. Look at these abs. I don't feel threatened because this guy's in our past from 4 years ago. I'm in the present and I'm a catch as well, which you don't normally see happen. You usually see the jealous storyline, which ended up coming a little bit later. But that's kind of thanks to Torres, where he was just stirring the pot for no reason.
Yeah, I liked how they approached it for that very reason. I really was worried going into this that it was just going to be straight from the start. Jimmy is jealous. We're going to have to watch like all of this sort of envy back and forth. But yeah, it wasn't really until Torres, I don't know if Torres was just bored or what he had going on. And
maybe he just wanted to see the abs because he was the person who was like, straight up show us.
Yeah, this was a real, Cheaty from the Good Place, secretly buff moment that I did very much appreciate. And I thought it was enough of a little bit of a twist on the story that, I didn't mind it being kind of a total retread of things that we have seen so many times before. I think it was good to see Jimmy sort of be confident within himself, understand, all right, this is what I bring to the table. This is what makes me special. But also, Jimmy, Jess, just confirm it to everybody. Everybody knows what are you guys trying to do? I guess you're trying to enjoy the secrecy of the moment.
Well, here's the thing too, is Jess is seemingly not wanting to have a label put on it. And this episode did bring out more of why that is a thing, because she was in a more committed relationship with this other guy, but he always put himself first. And that included if he got to be the hero and be there for her, it was still about him and feeling good about himself of being the hero in his story. And when she didn't need him to be the hero, he was still about himself. So now we kind of at least have a bit more of a background of why she's being a little bit skittish about putting a label on her and Jimmy because, they've said it's been a couple months now that they've been dating. They're now going to go away on this retreat together. She was a little nervous about it. She's really taking things like at a snail's pace, but fast for NCIS because, man, normally it's years and years off screen.
Yeah, no, we've gotten like 2 kisses between them now in like the span of 5-6 episodes. This is like a miracle, given how long it took anything from like Tony and Diva or Bishop and Torres. Yep. Also, Torres, look at you, maybe getting, I don't know if we can call this a love interest, but like
we'll never see Max again.
It's just, I'm at least glad that, like, okay, he's not just going to, like, wallow in a self-pity over Bishop for the rest of the show, because we don't know if she's ever going to come back.
No, we don't know. I mean, I think we might see her again in the future for a small arc for something, but yeah, no, we don't know how that's going on. Okay, let's talk about Gary Cole, because I just realized, okay, so there's a Twitter account out there, which is now Gary Cole's hair is being run by Brian.
Yes.
And the picture is from Office Space of Lumbergh. And when I first saw this picture, I was like, I love that movie. Why is Gary Cole's hair a picture of Lumbergh? Oh my God. I did not make the connection that they are the same person and that he played Lumbergh. And watching this episode, everything that Gary Cole says now and the way he says things, that's all I see is Lumbergh now. I'm like, how did I not see this? I know he's got the beard and he looks a bit different, but like, no, he's just Lumbergh forever now.
Well, I think
thanks, Brian.
It's just the thing where Gary Cole, I think he's got to be a pretty weird dude. And I don't mean this as an insult at all.
So fun.
Yeah, it's just like, I think he brings such weirdo energy to this role. And I think the writers are really like picking it up and running on it in between the bird watching, in between him like getting in trouble with the National Park Service over the bird watching.
He gets in trouble all the time. That's kind of what I'm starting to realize from last season, this season. There's like, it comes up quite a bit that he's like banned from here. He can't go here again, or this is off limits now because of some other, shenanigans he's gotten up to.
And it never feels like his shenanigans are even that severe. He just seems like he just somehow manages to have this happen. Like he just wanted to look at some birds. And then he's also later in the episode like, all right, whoever gets the answer gets a treat. He's like bandying about these pastries like he's like at a dog training program or something.
He's a wonderfully weird character. I really wasn't sure when he first came on the show for just getting a replacement Gibbs. I was really hoping not, but he's so funny and he's so strange, and I absolutely am Team Parker now. I really, really like him. He's a really good addition to the show.
Yeah, I think it's just taken a little bit of time to kind of get everybody meshed together, but I think like that chemistry is there now. I think I know a lot of people have said, even in the comments on these videos, oh, I miss Gibbs. It's not the same without Gibbs. And I agree, it's not the same without Gibbs.
No, it's not.
But that doesn't mean it's bad. I just think it's different. I think it's just taken a little bit of time. But one thing I am starting to notice a little bit this season, and I don't know if this is going to continue down the road, but clearly there's more of a willingness for them to acknowledge the past than what we had sort of seen. Like we did have that Bishop mention we talked about last week. In this episode, there was a very subtle Abby reference in between, the calf pals being brought up at the convenience store. And it's like, they haven't even said anything vaguely connected to Abby, and I don't know how long.
No, they have not. She left, and then it was like almost nothing. It's just she's just been a ghost. So yeah, they really are starting to bring back a couple names here and there. Does it mean that Abby's coming back? Who knows, really? Yeah. I mean, it's hard to really know.
I really, like, I'm not getting my hopes up for anything.
But after that Ziva surprise, I mean, they had like killed her off. And I mean, a lot of us didn't think that she was dead. But I mean, bringing her back opens the door to really anybody could come back.
I just think the writers are in a spot now where they're sort of like, okay, you know what? Let's not take ourselves as seriously as we did in the past. Like, we don't have to have like some crazy, dark, intense lore where the story has to be 1, 2, and 3. We're 20 seasons in. Let's let's lean into it. Let's have fun. Let's do things that we haven't done before. And I'm saying this knowing full well that the Gage story has been done a million times, but it just feels like there was still enough in this episode to me that made it feel fresh and interesting and fun. Like, yeah, the case itself was not super memorable, but
No.
I really enjoyed this episode. Like, to me, it's probably my second favorite of the season so far.
My hope is that the next episode or the episode after is the episode where everyone in the office is just going to have a confirmation that Knight in Shining Palmer is just happening, because everyone was talking so openly about it in this episode, like everybody to them, to each other, trying to open up with them. I think that just needs to be kind of done, where it is just sort of, it's part of the environment. Everyone knows that they're together. It's A-okay. We're all kind of, it doesn't need to be the focus as hard as it is in these episodes anymore.
I'm going to throw something out there to the writers, and I'm doing this as though they haven't already written like the next 7 or 8 episodes of the show, but okay. Halloween episode. Maybe you guys want to do a Halloween episode. You can do it in a couple of weeks here. You have the two of them show up in a couple's costume, and this is how they confirm it to everybody. See, look at our costume, everybody. We're together.
Okay.
It's probably not what they're going to do.
No, it's probably not, but they do need to just kind of confirm that. I think now that it's on screen, that they really just need to put it out there for the rest of the team so that it doesn't become too much of a focus of the show. Because one of the things that NCIS has done fairly well in the past is not make this show too much of a romance. They have been on the other side of it, where they swung the pendulum so far where it's just like, we know these characters are together, but you're just not showing it. And now it's like, okay, it's a lot of what they're talking about.
Balance. It's a very good thing, guys. I believe in you. You can figure this out.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We will be here for more NCIS throughout the rest of the season. Thank you guys so much, and we will see you here next time.